Hello, everybody. I'm trusting you can hear me. I like to make sure because I know we've been having some issues with our audio. So, awesome. So, hello, everybody. Hello from the UK. Well, hello, my dear. How are you? Hi, Karen. Hello, Muna. How is everybody doing today? Okay. So we're just going to wait a couple minutes just to make sure everybody gets on before we start. But if you do have any questions, it'd be great to fire them off right now. That way we can get to them. All right. Hi, Mandy. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? Wow, I look like a ghost. Look how white I am. That's pretty bad. Holy macaroni. Is that okay? Just, wow. Let me do something here. This is awful. I don't want to scare everybody. Lower that. Lower this. One thing that's for sure is lighting is definitely not my strong suit, but so we got professionals for, right? I'm feeling anxious waiting for a phone interview for your new job. Heather, you're feeling anxious. You know, these are things that are normal. This is situational, anxiousness, which is something that is very, very normal. It does occur, to get into something like that, you have to have an understanding of the difference with situational anxiety and generalized anxiety, right? There is a huge difference. A lot of times we do get anxious, and we have to understand something. I guess the chemicals that react when we are anxious, the adrenaline, is the same chemicals that react when we are having anxiety. So you have a excitement and an anxiety, which they kind of run along the same track, I guess, would be the easiest thing to say. So be mindful of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's something that should be something that should be used to your advantage, being excited, right? Shelly, I was going to say something, but I didn't want to upset you. I thought you were not feeling good. Shelly, oh, no, I am feeling awesome. It has been very tiring. I've been working a lot to, we are facing I am here. So if you notice all our videos on the website, we are reshooting all the videos in the program. We are going to be reshooting. It's something I wanted to do personally. I just want to add a little bit more animation. I want to keep it very personal, how the videos are set up right now, but I wanted to go with a little bit of a studio quality. So it's been tiring. It has been tiring. We are, I'm rewriting the scripts. We are I guess, I don't want to say formatting because everything's exactly the same. Just shooting the videos, which is a lot of work, right? Michelle, hello. Ladon, it's me, Brandy, or Kai. Kai, how are you? I messed up and scheduled another consultation with you for next week instead of a normal visit after we finish today. You scheduled another consultation with me next week instead of a normal visit. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Kai, don't stress. No need to stress. I'll check the email, and I'll fire you back a return email, but it's fine. It's totally good. Don't stress, Kai. Hello, Adrian, Zen. Oh, wow, the whole crew's here. Wow. So the way I decided to structure these lives is I really would like it being directed by all of you. If there's anything you want to touch base on, regarding the program and regarding anxiety. This isn't something where it's like that personal one-on-one counseling. But if there's a situation that arises that you feel is causing anxiety, I would like to go over it just to help you understand and give you a different perspective of it, if that makes sense. And of course, if anybody has any questions within the program, that is also something that we have committed this time for. So this time is for you guys. It is. So I do kind of want you to direct it, because you know me, I just talk a lot, and I'll get on a topic and I'll talk and talk and talk. So I would really appreciate it to have the direction from all of you, because this is, once again, for you and your time. So to check here, beautiful. Okay, I was like, wow, leave it to me. Honestly, honey, it is, Brandy's no big deal. It's no big deal at all. So I know there's some people on that are registered into the next program, and I think we are running the next program in 3 weeks. So step 1 will be running again in 3 weeks. Yeah. So if any of you here have any questions about the program before you start, or you want to know what it's about, we can easily get into that too a little bit. Wishmaster, I'm absolutely blown away by step 2. Eyes wide open. Amazing. I love to hear that. It's incredible when you actually really break it down and you look at emotions, and when you're able to see them from a present point of view and being aware of what actually is going on. It's quite impressive. Zen, for the triggering, breaking it down made me realize that I always go back to past abuse I experienced, and I think that I deserve it, so I stay in bad situations. Okay. It's very common. You're being stuck in that world, okay, because you haven't dealt with it. And a lot of times it's easy and we find it comfortable to deal with the feeling that we have because we're already feeling it. It's very scary to explore or broaden those emotions and to really, investigate your true feelings. So you really need to be mindful that we fall into this world of comfortability, but yet it is so uncomfortable. When we think about it, this is where I say how anxiety and these emotional imbalances become very addictive. Okay, they become very, very addictive because it's there, and we're living. I'm living, and I'm here. I'm not okay, and then but I'm alive, and I feel that because of this protection, I need to continue being like this because it's getting me through. The reality is it's not. It's not. It might be scary, and you're going to feel a bunch of different emotions when you explore a different perspective. But when you think about it, okay, if you have to overcome a situation and face it head on, it's almost like saying, okay, people that suffer with anxiety don't like confrontation, right? So you appease to others, you change perspectives, you swallow things. Ultimately, what you're doing is you're living a lie. That's what you're doing. And we all know what it's like to live a lie. You got to lie on top of lie on top of lie. And that's where a lot of these false realities come from. Instead of having that confrontation and not looking at a confrontation as something that needs to be aggressive, because it doesn't. But look at that confrontation and being able to expel it and say what it is that you're feeling is very important. Okay, whether you think it's right or wrong, the objective is to be able to not suppress what it is that you're feeling. So if you look at that, it might be a little rough at first, but then it's over and gone. As opposed to holding this in and suppressing this and understanding that this is really messing with your mind more and more and more, because it's like I said, you have to lie and then lie again and then lie again. And I'm not saying, in a form of, you know, condensing something that is right in front of you, let's say. I'm not saying personally you're lying about something, but there's no difference if you're suppressing a thought. It's the same thing. You're creating this false reality just to make others happy, just to avoid your true feelings. And this is where a lot of people who suffer with anxiety and depression, there's a lot of anger, lots of anger. We get frustrated easily. We become overwhelmed. We get into bad moods a lot. Why? Because we're trying to control situations. And a lot of these situations we put ourselves in, more often than not, we don't like how we feel because of our mindset to whatever our perspective is on it. I know that's very complex. And I think, I'm planting the seeds with all of you because as you run through the program, a lot of this will make sense. Okay. Anxiety is cognitive. Okay. It's cognitive. That's what anxiety is. That's why I chose to discipline in cognitive behavioral therapy. And I regurgitate a lot of what I say. And the reason why is because I feel the more I implant it into your minds, the easier it's going to be for you to use that language. We look at the subconscious mind. We look at how the subconscious mind works. And this is where I love to regurgitate things. Our subconscious mind is who we are. It's a makeup of our personality. That's what creates us. That's who it is that we are as people. And it constitutes for over 97% of our capacity, meaning that it has a lot to do with who we are. Now, it is one of the most advanced tools in existence, yet it cannot understand a joke. So it is a computer. It is a computer. And whatever you're going to feed it is what it's going to react on and what it's going to display on that screen for you. Okay. So yeah, it's not easy overcoming anxiety. It's not easy dealing with these things in life, but it's important to understand it, where when we look at something, it will send an emotion, and understanding the subconscious mind is fueled by our senses: touch, smell, taste, sight, hearing. This is what the subconscious mind is fueled by. Hence why some songs make you extremely happy. Some songs make you mad. Some songs make you sad. Because when you're hearing that song, you're attaching an emotion to it. So you can take a song that makes you completely happy and in a split second attach a negative reaction to that song or a situation that might be traumatic. You're not going to like that song anymore. So knowing all of this, knowing how the subconscious mind works, knowing how you don't have to get into the biomechanics of anything. Okay. We don't have to get into that, but the reality is all you got to know is hearing, seeing, touching, feeling something will cause a chemical reaction inside of our bodies. So these are things we can change. And I've said it a million times, and I want to keep repeating it to you guys. Every time you go back to a past memory, you're not going back to the exact moment in time that it happened. You're only going back to the last time you thought about it. So you can change these. Now, this is the thing. Every time you go into a situation where anxiety arises, that's because every situation that has been similar, that has been the natural response that you've been given. So no, it's not easy, because it's how you are going to go back into that situation to overcome it. And that's where this program comes into play. It's now designed that it can put you into that same situation that gives you horrendous anxiety, but you'll be able to see clearer. You'll be able to understand it better. You'll be able to be present, be aware, understand your emotions, understand how to communicate it. And then you'll understand and ultimately figure out what fear is, until it can place you into a place of vulnerability. So yeah, when you go, You're going to have anxiety. Sure, you are. But you're going to understand it better. And the more you go, the less and less the anxiety will be there because you're reprogramming the mind. Is there such thing as separation anxiety? Of course there is. Separation anxiety is very, very real. Very, very real. LaDawn, does anyone here experience setting a goal for the day and feeling like shit if you fail? Something as simple as going to the store and not panicking. Okay, hang on, I lost that. So does anyone have experience setting a goal for the day and feeling like shit if you fail? Something as simple as going to the store and not panicking and leaving. So, yeah, of course, that's very common. It's very common. But this is the thing. If you've already written down that goal, you've already succeeded. That's it. That's how you got to look at it. But you don't want to enable yourself. Okay, you don't want to fall into a, well, I wrote it down and I'm just not going to go because I'm happy with that. No. But the fact that you even made the attempt already shows success. Okay. And this is where I talk about communication and language and how it's very, very important. Don't be hard on yourself. It's going to take time, but you need to keep trying. But if you're going to fall prey to the negative responses that you're thinking already to say, I failed, there's no such thing as failure. Failure is when you stop. That's it. That's when you failed. If you stop and say, that's it, I'm done, that's when you failed. But if you keep trying, that is definitely not failure. Don't think like that. Please, whatever you're going to do, if one thing you're going to take from that, just erase that out of your mindset because there is no such thing as that. Drama is a hard drug to kick. Absolutely it is. But this is where I say, when we look at drama, okay, and we look at how our subconscious mind works, it's like, when you hear something really bad happened, you hear somebody over talking, oh, there's a shooting down the road from you. You're like, oh, what's going on? I want to know what's happening. Who was it? Do I know them? You're not being lazy. You're not being lazy. That is a reaction that is in the subconscious, that is in, the sympathetic nervous system. So it's actually doing that to protect you. Okay, because we know the brain's only purpose is for survival. So when we hear these things or when something's going on, automatically that is what the subconscious mind does. It kicks in as a detective to protect you. Oh, better be careful. And where's this and where's that? And what street was on? What the person looked like? I need to watch out for that. That's natural. But this is the thing. When we're having anxiety, we fall prey to that subconscious mind. Everything is suspect because we've allowed it to, because we fell weak into the anxiety. We've allowed the anxiety to control us. This is where, very simple, step one, instead of saying I can't, you say I don't want to. You're already changing the language. So when you're saying I don't want to, you're taking back that power. You are not allowing the anxiety to control you. You are controlling yourself. Adrian, hey CJ, welcome. Do you have any questions about the app before you start? CJ, my question will be, will there be pizza? It's on its way, my friend. Zen, makes sense what you have said. It's what I've experienced, not realizing it's anxiety and depression. Absolutely. It's what is controlling you. Charles, no, I really don't have any questions yet. I just can't wait to put the work in and meet the other person on the other side. It's amazing when that happens. It's amazing when that happens, my friend. When I had anxiety, I was an asshole. I remember we planned a trip to Florida, and anxiety kicked in a couple hours before we were supposed to leave. You know what I did? I went in the backyard and I dug a hole and I stuck my passport in it. So when we were looking for my passport, lo and behold, we couldn't find it. So I had now Valerie, who we were just dating at the time, looking everywhere. What'd she do? Anth, where's your passport? I don't know. Check here, check there. Obviously, I was guilty. And I would react. I'd get pissed off and angry. I was just such an asshole. It was my guilt, right? So we go through a lot of the times. So in saying that, the levels I went through where I was blaming Valerie for everything, and I was putting that responsibility on her because I didn't want to face my own shit. So I was a chicken shit. I didn't want to face my own shit. Okay? I didn't use any communication. I didn't understand any of my emotions. All I knew was angry, and it was her fault because she's pushing me. After that, when I had my anger outbursts, I really thought about it, and it really brought me to a place saying, why am I angry? Why am I blaming her? I really had to look at myself. Then the next level for me was, before I got angry, I was able to communicate with her and say, I'm really upset right now. She'd say, well, what's going on? And I would tell her. And that really opened the door to more communication. And then the level after that was, I understood what was happening and I would correct it right away. But I always left the door of communication open. So when you find yourself, it is one of the most liberating feelings in the world. Relationships change. You yourself as a person changes. I think, that is why I continue to do what I'm doing and continued for so many years, because, I could have been this. I'm a very well celebrated actor. I have a very big IMDb profile. I have connections all over the place with acting. And of course, as much as I love it, the reality is seeing people go through the change that I went through is better than seeing my face on a TV screen. It just means so much more to me because I know what it feels like. So when you get there, you will understand. But, this is one of my next I'm working on tonight is, finding true happiness is easy. You're not happy because the real struggle is finding yourself. I haven't worded it correctly yet. I'm still working on it. But that's the reality. Happiness is very easy. It's very easy to find, guys. Extremely easy. The hard part is finding who you are as a person. That's the trouble. Oh my God, that's so true, Muna. Heather, I used to think that this ability to see all sides of every situation was part of my anxiety, and I felt it to be like a superpower almost. It was hearing you made me think otherwise. Well, listen, Heather, understand something. It's a proven fact people with anxiety live longer. Okay, as bad as that is, it's because we are traveling at a different frequency. We are. A lot of people that don't suffer from anxiety really tend to not overthink things and just jump into things without the thought or experience or gaining any knowledge whatsoever. So anxiety is remarkable, but if you're able to control it, you can really do so much with it. You get what I'm saying? So now that you have all been subjected to anxiety, by getting it under control, it is like having a superpower. It really is, because you're very calculated. So don't fall too far from what you're thinking there, Heather. Please don't. Muna, I have a 20-year-old daughter who is going through something. I don't know how to help her. So you might have to elaborate a little bit on that, Muna. Is it anxiety? Is that what we're talking about here? Adrian, it has taken me over 40 years to reach the ability to open the lines of communications with others fully. Yes, it does take a lot. The key to communication, I look at it, I took a lot of my acting skills into building this program. Because as an actor, you're reacting to something somebody's saying, but you're also having that open mind. When you're communicating with people, it's important to listen to them. It's very important to hear exactly what it is, what they are saying. And more often than not, a lot of times it's what they're not saying that's important. When we talk about communication and how we communicate, a lot of the lines crossed are when we put up our guard, when we're not happy maybe with what the other person's saying, when we have a disagreement with somebody because of what our beliefs are. A lot of this can be heavily avoided by having an open mind, by understanding that. Let's say we're talking to somebody about religion and I'm Roman Catholic and I have somebody who's Muslim in front of me. I'm going to appreciate your religion because that's what works for you. That's something that you were raised by. I can't disagree with that. I can't say this part is wrong and that part's wrong, because it's not. That's up to them to decide. So at the end of the day, it makes no, merit in my life what this other person chooses or decides to do. That's on them. I'm proud of who I am and where I stand. When you're able to have that type of mentality or that type of avenue, you're going to have a very open mind. When you're able to have that open mind and you're not judging or passing any type of judgment, which you might not think you are, but the second you put up a wall and that wall is built on protection, you are. And a lot of that comes with security. If you're so secure with your religion, why does it matter what the other person is? Who gives a shit? You know, if you're secure with yourself, you're secure with the decisions you make, there's no room for argument. It is what it is. I'll listen to you because you might have a better way to do things, but that better way not necessarily works for me. That's what works for you. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when we are communicating and we have done or have had certain circumstances or issues arise and we've handled it a certain way, because that worked for us does not necessarily mean it's going to work for the other person. And this is important too, even dealing with children. We can guide our children. We can't make them anything. We can guide them. But what worked for us as children might not necessarily work for our children. So, you know, I have 4 children and it's tough. It's hard. But the reason why it's so hard, I need to be a father 4 different ways. Brianna, 23, adopted, abusive household, a substance abuse mother, suicidal, anxiety, all these crazy things. Now she's in her she's in her adulthood now. I need to be a different type of father to her versus my youngest daughter, Valentina, who's 9 years old, into dance, grade 3, and all she wants is fidgets, but she's very hard-headed. And then you have Sebastian, who 10 years old, is the sweetest boy in the world, but what comes with that is a lot of oversensitivity. Then you have Keegan, my 5-year-old little terror, who's one of the smartest kids, probably smarter than me. So I need to be a father 4 different ways. I'm not changing who I am to help to be anything other than I need to understand each individual personality and what they might need as a father. As a friend or as a person out in public, you have an open mind. And when you're able to have that open mind, you're going to attract more and you're going to see a lot more. You will see a lot more of what life has to offer simply by having that open mind. Okay, that makes sense. Charles, CJ, I've always had the mindset that happiness is overrated because it's always felt unattainable. So yeah, but this is the thing that you've told yourself, CJ, you've lied to yourself. You've lied to yourself. Happiness is not overrated. Happiness is peace. That's what it is. It's finding peace. When you're able to find the peace within yourself, listen, I'm not saying, life is easy. It's full of shit, but it can be. If you're willing to go over those bumps, and by going over those bumps, what does that mean? It's not necessarily going to be easy, but once you've achieved that, that's one bump you've already gone over that you're experienced with. So the next time it's going to be smoother. So happiness is extremely achievable. Of course it is. But how do you get it? You're going to build up a bullshit wall by saying, it's overrated. These are false realities, CJ, that you've created yourself, my friend. And you've lied to yourself. Happiness is overrated. I'm just going to be fucking miserable. Right? How? You've lied to yourself, and then I'm sure this is where a lot of the anger comes from. Because when you lie to yourself, you put yourself in a very sticky situation for yourself. Because you can't lie to yourself. So what happens is your mind's going to create these false realities. So when you create these false realities, now it's a battle with the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And it's a bad battle to have because all you're doing is you're fighting yourself. And then you wake up one day and realize, who the fuck am I? Where did my life go? I don't even know what I like anymore. And then I get those phone calls. I feel like my whole world is falling apart. And I'm like, love it. Love it. And then you look at me sideways like, you're an asshole. I just told you my whole world is falling apart and you're clapping and you love it. You're fucking right, I do. Because that world that you built was built on bullshit and lies. But guess what? All the pieces are right in front of you. So now let's just put them up properly. Let's put them up in priority sequence. Because when you build that solid foundation and you remove all the bullshit lies and mortar that you put those walls up with, you can't tear that down anymore. You can't. You can only add to it. That's where you want to be. Not sure. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I won the first step of your program. I wanted her to use it. It hurts seeing her like that. So why can't she use it? Like, I still don't know what's going on though. If you're walking on eggshells, this is something that you're doing. What is going on with you? You're enabling this. You're allowing this to happen. I will not walk on eggshells with my family. You know what I'm saying? Because if I do, that means I'm enabling a situation. CJ, I get what you're saying. If I lie to myself, then I don't get hurt when it doesn't work out. Well, yeah, if you're lying to yourself, you're not going to get hurt when it doesn't work out. How about just not having any expectations, trying something, and if it doesn't work, just say, this didn't work for me. Let me try something different. That's a prime example of what we talk about Einstein's definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. You're driving yourself insane. Try it. CJ, I've personally met you. I've spoken to you. What do you got to lose? You seem like a strapping young man. Try it. You can do it. We all can do it. We all are able to do it. It hurts seeing like that. Yes, of course. Shelly, did my message not go through? It could have been filtered, Shelly. It could have been filtered, my dear. CJ, if it doesn't work out, then good. Try it different, but better. Well, of course it's going to be better, right? Of course it's going to be better. If you try something and it didn't work out and you learn that this way didn't work, let me try this way. You're eliminating all the negative, all the ways it didn't work, and you're going to try something that works. It's a learning process. It's like going to school. Who went to school and just passed with, hundreds and had great grades and never had a question for the teacher? Nobody did that. And if you did, you're a genius. But nobody did that. It was hard. It's hard work. You try an equation at math, and you're problem solving and you get it wrong. Of course, it's hard. You need to do the work. You need to see it's just, okay, this way didn't work. Let me try this way. And it's a step. It's learning. It's understanding. If you don't get it wrong and all your life, all you're doing is the right thing, the right thing, and the right thing, I don't know, man. That'd be a pretty boring life to me. You must have the luck of a saint, and I think you would be a bubble boy. If we didn't go through any heartache, if we didn't go through anything that we've been through in our lives, we wouldn't be where we are today. Look at relationships. All of us have come home crying over somebody. All of us have. We first start dating at 11, 12 years old. We break up, and that was it for me, and that was my whole life, and I thought that was the person I was going to marry. Really? The reality is that person brought you one step closer to that everlasting happiness. This is all learning experience. Imagine at all your age right now you've never dated, never been with anybody in your life ever, and now you meet your husband or you meet your wife or your partner. How do you think that relationship's going to work out? You know what I mean? So it's about trying. That's what it's about. It's about trying. And when it doesn't work out, it wasn't wrong. That just didn't work for you. Don't use that language. I did this and I was wrong. No, you weren't wrong. You didn't know. You tried something. It didn't work. Try something else. It's very simple. Don't give up. Keep trying. I haven't gotten it. You haven't gotten the step yet? I know it starts in, I think, 2 weeks. Roger, are you here? Oh, this Hotmail. This Hotmail is horrible. This Hotmail is horrible. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to. I'll send. I'll send them another email to see why you haven't been added yet. Adrian, I learned making mistakes helps you grow. Absolutely, absolutely, 100%, Adrian, 100%. CJ, bro, I think I'm gonna like you. Get ready because I got a big can of worms to open. I'm good, man. I've been there, man. I've been there. When I opened up mine, it was like a ripple effect on the entire highway of where I live, and that's good. That's good because that's what you need. You need to be able to open up, and be able to unleash the suppressed thoughts that you've been having for so long. Muno, will your daughter take the first step and use it, or do you think she will not want to? It's a good question. A lot of times we have to be ready. A lot of these people need to be ready for that, right? I won it on TikTok on March 1st or 2nd, but I didn't get it yet. Received the shirt that I won on that day. I don't know how to go about it. I will figure it out. I don't know what the issue is, but Hotmail. I know a lot of people that have been asking for that have Hotmail. It's just, I don't know. It's Hotmail. Let me just see here. Okay. I'll get on it for you. I'll get on that for you. I know exactly who you are. So can you do me a favor? Why don't you email me or email support@iamhere.org. Support@iamhere.org. Email them and just say who you are. Give your TikTok handle. I'll put it in here. Yeah, because I have you here. You should have already been in the last program. It's fine. Email them right away. There you go. Email them and just let them know. Put your TikTok handle. Put your first name and last name. And let them know I won step 1 of Anthony's program on a live, and then they'll take care of you right away. Lysandro, hello. How are you? 5 on to, yeah, we'll get it. We will definitely get it. Shelly Yankee, hello. Yes, Shelly, hello, my dear. How are you? Did I show this time? No, you must be saying something that is definitely not going to allow it to go through. Is it related? Is it related to the program, Shelly? Anthony, I want to help Muna's daughter to get the first step. Okay. Well, have Muna talk to you if that's what you want to do. And if you help her get the first step, I'll help her get the second step. Not an issue. But I would definitely put it in as soon as possible because the next step starts in a couple weeks. I would do it and then they can start that program together. I think Roger said 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because we are, I don't know what he's doing. I'm not sure what he's doing. I know we condense it, right? So we put a lot of people together and we build it up and then we put people through at the same time. So if you want to help, Adrian, I think you're a sweetheart. And I'm sure Miss Mona Lisa will love you forever for that. And that would be that would be you guys. You guys do what you got to do. just remind me when step 2 starts that you want her in it. So yes. Okay, Viva Hector Lovo. I love Hector Lovo. Thank you, Anthony. You're very welcome. You will. Yeah. So get a hold of Adrian. I'm sure he'll help you. So yes, this is where we're at. We are getting there with everyone. You know, I'm seeing a lot of differences in a lot of people, which I think is incredible. I really do. And like anxiety, it's something that needs to be worked on and dealt with every single day. It really does. There you go, Mona Lisa. Find Adrian on TikTok. Yeah, Adrian_Rizzo. My iPad. Sorry, I'm using my iPad because my phone is not good. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay. I know anxiety situation with Will, but I'm scared it will grab me and be lifelong. I get scared and anxiety confused. So you know your anxiety situational. Okay. Obviously with what you're dealing with, it is hard. I get it. But you know, at the end of the day, this is something where, you know, it's out of your hands and it's out of your control. Okay, with what is going on. And we shouldn't be controlling anything. And a lot of times we want to, and we feel helpless, and we want to put everybody else's responsibility on us. We can't do that. You know, it's about having an understanding that you are going to do everything you can do, and that's the best that you can do. Okay. And don't get too overwhelmed in that, and don't allow it to impede too much of your soul, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. And everybody and everything in front of you is here for you to learn something from it. Okay. And that's what you need to do. You need to understand and be able to learn what is happening in front of me. What is it that I'm supposed to be learning from this? You know, what purpose does it serve? Mandy, okay, so I did what you said to do with my foods, and I had an amazing day today. No attacks. Usually going out in public stores is hard for me, but I did it without anxiety today. God damn. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's about right there, Mandy. I could not tell you how I'm so happy to hear that. It's something about it. When we had our session, I don't tell a lot of people this. I don't, and I might as well spill the beans right now. I work on energy. This is why when I'm having sessions with people, I need to see them, because I can just call it out. You know, it doesn't take long for me to talk to somebody to say, wait a second, this doesn't make sense. And I'll call you out on your shit. But the reality is, there's certain situations where it's like, wait a second. After 30 years of suffering myself, I remember a time when my anxiety was food related. Definitely food related. Thank you, Brianna. If you ask Brianna, my lovely daughter here, we pinpointed a lot of her anxiety to do with sugar. So young Brianna here would have sugars and it would induce her anxiety. So something as simple as sugar.
And caffeine.
But once Brianna started understanding her anxiety and started getting a little bit more of a hold on her anxiety, then you can still introduce those sugars and the caffeine. And it's a different perspective. You know, she'll understand. It might freak her out at first, but then it's like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, I had coffee today, or yeah, I ate all that ice cream. And like that, she's good. She might have an upset stomach, but the anxiety's gone. So she would go from panic to all of a sudden, oh shit, oh, I ate this, and then you get the crash again, right?
I will still always eat sugar, so it's not happening anymore.
No, but what I'm saying is the difference is understanding that where the anxiety is coming from, right?
And I had to like extract all that food out of my diet, and then I kind of have come to that point where I'm just like, I know what it is. It's okay. I can reintroduce this stuff. And I'm not going to allow like this anxiety to overpower the way I feel, and just, you know, continue recognize that that's what it is, and then continue on with it.
Well, you put patterns together, right?
Yeah.
And you feel this way, you have the anxiety, and before you wouldn't think that, oh, I had ice cream or I had this candy or I ate these chips. All of a sudden, hours later, you're getting anxiety, and the anxiety is horrible. So now what happens is, once you understand that it's the foods, after you reintroduce that food, you're going to have that same feeling because you don't know where it's coming from. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, yeah, wait a second. You know, earlier today, 7 hours ago, 6 hours ago, even 10 hours ago, I ate this. And that's what's causing this right now. And like that, you're fine. I brought that up because I had a session with Mandy and we are talking, and she's major anxiety. And I don't know, something about it. I was just like, wait a second, this sounds like your diet. And then she just said, okay, so I did what you said to do with my foods, and I had an amazing day today with no attacks. Usually going out in public stores is hard for me, but I did it without anxiety today.
Wow.
I love it. That's what it's all about. That's what keeps me going, man. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I shortened it. Hope it makes sense. Thanks, Brianna.
No problem.
Where are we here? Stevens, I was taking a walk with my son and I was watching last week's live and wondering why I couldn't comment. Adrian, thanks for getting me to the right place. That's awesome. Thank you, Adrian. Sorry I was asleep. Well, I mean, sure. It's good. Hi, Bree. Oh, Bree, everybody says hi. Yes, she is doing better. Thanks, guys. Mandy, I avoided a lot today with my kids. When my kids would eat, I'm like, nope. I went and got something else. Last night, I did have a hot dog and chips, and boom, anxiety came on late last night while watching a movie. So, Mandy, we have figured out your anxiety, my love. I hope you're very happy because we figured it out, and I knew it had something to do with that. So once we take that away, even now, you'll notice with having the anxiety, it's going to be a lot different from you. Life right now is going to change for you. Now that we figured that out, and I'm sure this goes for a lot of people too, because I haven't had the honor or pleasure yet of having sessions with any of you, but these are the things that happen in our sessions. I'm able to pinpoint things and call people out on stuff, and it's almost you're seeing instant results, which is great, and I love it. Heather, how would you go about finding about foods? Take all the foods that have an effect on anxiety, introduce them back in stages. Well, yeah. So what happens is when people book sessions with me, I do a lot of work with their blood type. You know, there's a lot of questions I have, and I'm able to figure it out. And then from there, you know, we get a prognosis, and we change things up. But these are things that take a lot of time. These are things that I do in all my sessions for people. Ladon, when I went to the store today, I didn't pick up anything we talked about that I shouldn't have. I realized how much I was eating, that it is contributing. Mandy, and I sent you an email of pictures, by the way. Oh, I will definitely look, my dear. Muna, Adrian, I went on TikTok. Does your page have supporting autism? Adrian, yes. Would you guys like me to get you a coffee? Like, you guys want to take over this live? I'm joking. Okay, I'll let you know. Mandy, I am very happy I cried today because I had a good day. I love hearing that, Mandy. I am so proud of you, honey. Good for you. Very, very proud of you. Shelly, I just had a aha moment, and those are my favorite. What was it? Ladon's laughing. I know, right? Like we should get Adrian and Miss Mona Lisa a coffee, and they can just. Well, wait. You guys go ahead, talk. Let us know when you're done. Don't worry about us. But good for you, Mandy. And that's why I love doing what I do. That's why I love doing what I do. Because it's times like that we're able to give somebody their life back, which is beautiful, and I love it. CJ, so what does O positive tell you about me? There's a lot more than that. We have to go into it all. I don't read like that. I need to physically see you. That's why I said a lot of all my sessions are done by video. I can't do the whole text and call, and it doesn't work. I need to be able to see the person that I'm dealing with. It's it's energy. It's based on energy. Great job, Mandy. I'm so thankful to have you in my life. 3 months ago, sitting in the hospital, I felt helpless and wanted nothing but to give up. But here I am, still trying and fighting. That's the thing. You don't have to try and fight, hun. You don't have to. You don't have to fight. You don't have to try. Just got to be you. That's it. Stop trying, stop fighting. That should help more. You know, don't have that pressure. Just be you. Just let it go. Wake up, try things, do things. Don't feel that I need to do this. I need to say this. I need to be this way. Don't put that pressure on you. Just be you. Do you. Hello, and says you better be there. Awesome job, man. Missy, I got my first vaccine dose Monday. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to take my allergy meds, but I still have a nice bruise. I'll be more careful for my second dose. Muna, I've been sitting outside, going home now. Thank you, Anthony and Adrian. Looking forward to connecting with you both. Absolutely, my dear. Thank you for being here. So yes, so that's where we're at. I don't want to fill too many people's minds with too much. You know, I feel that too much information is not good because you're not going to be able to retain it. Because this is a lot. We deal with a lot with anxiety and depression. But I will say, I've been watching. You guys are all doing great, and I love it. My trigger is being alone. It usually hits me when I'm alone after Will goes to bed. There have been a few nights I even got upset when you would not be on. I felt abandoned. Oh, Shelly, my dear. Listen, I get that. And this is what happens. You know, when we're alone, and this is proof that we're all, you know, I was anyway, just surviving. Because when you're alone, you have, you know, and this is where we said true happiness. You know, you need first and foremost. So, Shelly, by waiting for me to come live or by waiting for anything to have as a distraction, you're putting that responsibility. You're putting that responsibility on other people, and you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that, Shelly. You need to build that strength up with yourself. Okay, you need to have that within yourself. You can't put that responsibility on other people. Okay, alone, nighttime is the worst for everybody who suffers anxiety. You know, it's the worst for anybody who suffers anxiety because we don't have those distractions. There's no distractions. You know, we're alone with our thoughts. We're faced with who we are supposed to, who we are. And this is the thing. You're scared because who the hell are you? You've been living a life of a lie with anxiety, and anxiety's controlled you, and you don't know who you are, or what you are. Or you don't know what makes you happy. You don't know any of these things. So when you're alone, it's like you're with a stranger. You know, when you're alone, you're with a monster that you don't know. So it's scary. That's why we have anxiety. When I was younger and I had major anxiety, you know what made me feel better? I would write a list. Try it. I'm going to be a better son. I'm not going to swear. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to really change my diet. I would make a list of all positive things. And it didn't matter that I never followed that list, but I tried. But it always made me feel better because I was able to make this list and wonder why I did these things. I was able to make this list and subconsciously think, why am I swearing? Why am I fighting with my parents? You know, why am I doing these things? And what's purpose do they serve? So slowly but surely, this language, enjoy it. Take comfort in yourself. Comfortable with who you are right now. The list is going to help you become who you want to be because you'll start recognizing who you really are. I used to lie a lot, so I would write, I won't lie anymore. And then I would go over the list and think, why do I do these things? Why is this stuff happening? It works. Try it. I want to hear next week how it worked for you. Give it a try. Is hypersensitivity something you can help with? As a kid, it would come out in crying, but now it comes out in anger. Of course, it's the same concept when you're having anxiety and we're living on that higher frequency, right? That's where the program helps hugely. Yeah, my hubby works nights a lot, and a lot of the time it affects me. Totally agree. Yep. Try what I said. I'll see you guys, I'm sure, in the app or on TikTok. If not, I will definitely see you guys next week at 8 p.m. again. My inbox is always open to any suggestions if you would like me to talk about a certain topic. If you have any questions, if you want any more information or you want me to elaborate on any steps within the program, please feel free to send me an email. And that's it. I love you all. Mandy, very proud of you. Love it. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye, everybody.